Welcome back to the Electrified Cookhouse. Today I'm going to be making a Mamey Fruit pie. It's kind of like a butternut squash pie or a sweet potato pie. So for the ingredients, you're going to need spelt flour and then one whole Mamey Fruit. Mine was in the freezer. I got my Mamey Fruit in a seasonal sample box from Fruits and Roots, but I'm sure there's other places you can order it online. We also are going to need salt, avocado or grapeseed oil, agave, allspice, clove, date sugar, and a very small amount of hemp milk. You can just make your own hemp milk by blending 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds with 1 cup of hemp milk. And then you can also add in some dates if you want it to be sweeter. Okay, so we're gonna start making the crust. So I already put 1.5 cups of spelt flour in a mixing bowl. And then we're just gonna add a teaspoon of salt to that. Then we're gonna add in 1/3 of a cup of grapeseed oil or avocado oil. I only have avocado oil right now, so I'm using that. And then 1/4 of a cup of water. Mix this bad boy up. Before you start rolling out the dough, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350. This is what your crust should look like once all the ingredients are mixed in it. So you're just going to want to flour your surface and then roll this out. This is what my crust ended up looking like when I rolled it all out. I made mine thin, but not too thin. It's kind of like in the middle. Then I'm just gonna put it in one of these. I got pretty small pie tins. I just got them at Safeway. It was just a pack of 6 large, they're called large, pie pans. So I'm just gonna cook it in this. I just set it in the pie tin, and now I'm just gonna take off the extra around the edges. This is what it ends up looking like in the pie tin. It molds to it really nicely. It's really flexible dough. This is how much extra I had, so you could make another pie if you have enough Mamey Fruit for that. Now we're just gonna put this in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. While we make the filling. To start the filling, you're just gonna take a mixing bowl and put your whole Mamey Fruit in here, somewhat cut up so that it's easier to mash it. And then we're gonna start mashing. I just usually use a fork to mash things up. You could also put it in a food processor if you don't feel like mashing it up yourself. This is what your Mamey should look like once it's all mashed up. So now we're just gonna add in 1/4 of a cup of hemp milk. And then 1/4 of a cup of agave. And 1/4 of a cup of date sugar. And then just a dash of sea salt and about a teaspoon of cloves, a teaspoon of allspice as well. And we're gonna mix that all together. When you're mixing up the filling, make sure that you mix it really thoroughly because date sugar tends to clump up and you don't want to have big clumps of that in your pie, so just make sure you mix it up real good. And this is what the filling should look like. So it's been 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the crust out of the oven. And now we're just gonna put the filling on top of the crust. This is what the pie looks like with the filling in it. I actually ended up with quite a bit extra filling. I didn't think I was going to, so once I put this in the oven, I'm gonna roll out the extra crust in make another mini pie. So I'm just gonna stick it back in the oven at 350. Holy shit, that's hot. And then we're gonna let it sit in there for about 40 minutes.